92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at this time, we do the second date updates. You go out on a date and someone doesn't call you back. Let us call them for you and help solve all of your problems or create new ones. We've got Hannah on the phone right now. Hannah emailed us about a date she went on with a guy named Pete. Hannah, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, guys. How are you doing?
Hey, what's up? Tell us about Pete. Tell us about your date. Tell us about how it all went.
I think it was a really, really good date. We went out to dinner downtown.
All right.
We had a really good conversation. He was such a gentleman. And then we went to go watch a movie.
All right.
That's a long date.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it just was going really, really well. And then afterwards, we went back to his place.
Okay.
And we kind of had a nightcap. We, you know.
And by nightcap, do you mean?
We got intimate.
All right. Yes. Nice.
Own it, Hannah.
Good to hear
Own
it. So what happened when you guys were done? Did you leave right after? You leave in the morning? How'd that work?
Well, he cooked me breakfast. And then, it was just so, like, he gave me a long, passionate kiss goodbye. And he's like, I can't wait to see you again. So I'm thinking this is probably the best date I've ever had.
Nice.
Yeah.
And ever since then, nothing.
Really?
He cooked you breakfast and hasn't called you back.
No, but then why? I'm so confused.
Okay.
I'm confused,
Have
too.
you tried to get a hold of him?
I texted him once to be like,
Okay.
hey, how are you? You know, just a few days later, just because I don't want to look like a crazy stalker.
Jubal, if you hooked up with a girl on a first date and you didn't like her, you wouldn't cook her breakfast, would you?
Probably not. No. I'd probably try to figure out a way to get her out of there as quickly as possible.
Right, you had a
know what I
business
mean?
meeting, you had to go to work.
If I made breakfast, it would be a trail of bacon from the bed to her car to get her out of there. So, it seems like he liked you.
I like the trail of bacon idea.
I like the kind of girls you go for, Jubal.
Okay, Hannah, so we're going to call him and find out why he didn't get back to you. And you can't think of anything.
I thought the night went so great. We had such good chemistry. I honestly am clueless.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're going to call him right after this and see if we can get your answer, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, we've got Hannah on the phone right now. Hannah went out on a date with a guy named Pete that she really liked. They ended up hooking up. The next morning, he made her breakfast and kissed her goodbye, and she hasn't heard back from him. Hannah, are you ready to call Pete? And
Yes.
wow, all right,
Yeah.
you are ready.
I just want to know. That's all.
How did you meet Pete, Hannah?
I have a friend of a friend. He's single. He's cute. So it's kind of like a blind date hookup.
Cute.
Hello?
Hey, I was looking for Pete.
Yeah, this is Pete.
Pete, what's up, dude? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. How are you?
I'm good. Why are you calling?
I want to talk to you about a mutual friend that you and I have.
Okay.
It's a girl named Hannah.
Why are you calling me about Hannah?
Well, I know that you went on a date with Hannah and you guys hooked up, and the next morning you made her breakfast and everything seemed cool and haven't called her. So I was calling kind of on Hannah's behalf to ask why I haven't gotten back to her.
Is this on air right now? Is this on the radio right now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I gotta go. Sorry.
No. Hey, hang on. Pete, 1 second, dude. Please don't hang up. All right.
Call him again?
Try to call him back, yeah.
Dude, Hannah, what did you do?
Does not want to talk about Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can get him back.
This is inappropriate, man.
Look, don't hang up.
No, it's bullshit. You shouldn't be asking me about my private life here. It's bullshit.
Okay.
Get me off the air.
Hang on a second, Pete. What is this? Okay. Producer boy just handed me a piece of paper. That's true?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Apparently, Pete, our producer went to your Facebook and it says you are engaged.
What?
You're joking.
Is this for real?
Pete, are you engaged, dude?
He hung up. I heard it
Is he
click.
gone?
I think he hung up.
Are
Hey,
you joking?
wow. That was weird. All right, we're gonna stop for a second and try to sort this out. I think we need to figure out if this is really true or not. Okay, so we got an update. A few minutes ago during the second date update, we were calling Pete to find out why he wasn't calling Hannah back. He hung up on us when we first got him on the phone, so producer Boyd went to his Facebook page to try to get like another contact for him, a phone number or something, and found out through Pete's Facebook that he was actually engaged. And apparently, producer Boyd then messaged his fiance, and he's telling me that she's on the phone right now. Is she really on the phone right now?
She's online too.
Is this Jessica?
Yeah?
Do you have a fiance named Pete?
Do I have a fiance named Pete? Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5. Can you describe Pete for me?
Yeah. He's my fiance. We've been together for a while. We're getting married in the summer. He's
Okay.
Is there
really great. And
just to like.
why are you asking me this?
How long have you been together?
Well, we've been engaged for about a year, a little over a year.
A year?
Hang on.
Slow down.
Hang on, Hannah. Let's make sure this is the right dude.
All right. Who is this?
This is Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5. Hannah's on the phone with us. Hannah emailed us about a guy that she went out with and hooked up with who wouldn't call her back after they, had a night of fun. That guy is your fiance.
Is this a joke?
No.
Are you kidding me? That's not possible.
Is there any way you've been out of town over the weekends?
Yeah.
When did this happen, Hannah?
On Friday night?
Okay. Were you with Pete on Friday night?
No, and he... Oh, my God.
I know, honey.
And he didn't answer my phone calls or my texts on Friday. And are you guys... Is this...
It's not
Okay,
a joke.
Jessica, so where did Pete tell you he was on Friday night?
He said he had to work late.
Okay, and he didn't answer
And he
you.
wouldn't answer any of my texts or anything. And... Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
Hannah, tell Jessica about what you did Friday night.
I'm really sorry. I honestly had no idea this guy was engaged. I thought he was just a great guy, and we went on a date. We went back to
You went on a date? Like a prearranged date? What? I'm trying very hard to give him the benefit of the doubt and not freak out right now.
What's Pete's last name? Jessica, what's Pete's last name? We'll beep it out. Hannah, what's the guy's last name that you went out with?
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Have you guys had any problems with cheating before in your...
No. Not that I'm aware of.
Hannah, how did you meet Pete again?
just through a mutual acquaintance.
Mutual acquaintance.
Who?
This guy, Charles.
Jessica, is Charles a friend of Pete's that you know?
Yeah, he's a friend of Pete's.
Okay.
He's a friend of Pete's that I don't get along with. This is just unbelievably.
We tried to
How did you go out on a date? Are you saying you were at a party? Or I don't understand what you're saying to me.
Jessica, I would tell you to not get mad at Hannah because it sounds like Hannah legitimately didn't know that he had a fiance. So
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know who I'm mad at right now. I'm just in shock, okay? So cut me some slack here because you were in my house, Hannah. P.S.
You can be as
You
mad.
were in my house.
Wait. Jessica, you live there?
Wait, but
Yeah.
you lived there? Because there was no pictures of any girls in that house.
Oh, my God.
Are you okay, honey?
No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm engaged. I'm not okay at all.
Oh, that makes my heart hurt.
I feel
So-
terrible right now.
We tried to get Pete on the phone, Jessica, to talk about why he wasn't calling Hannah back, and he got angry and hung up on us, obviously, because he has a fiance. I'm sorry you had to hear about it this way.
I am too.
Hey, Jessica, we're going to give you just a second to compose yourself, okay? And then we're going to talk to you a little more, all right?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put you on hold for 1 second.
Okay.
All right, this is the third segment of the second date update today because obviously things got a little serious. Hannah went out with a guy named Peter. They hooked up. We tried to get him on the phone. He got mad and hung up on us, and then we found out that he actually had a fiance. Jessica, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Have you flushed your engagement ring down the toilet yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
Have you suspected him of cheating before or anything else?
I've had my moments of worrying about that a little bit, but I've always told myself to take the high road and not,
Be accusatory.
yeah, and to trust the
Right.
commitment that we've made to
Which
each other.
you should be able to.
What is
Right.
your plan, Jessica, for confronting Pete?
I don't know yet. I just found, I don't know. I am, my blood is boiling though right now, and I don't know if I am going to pack my stuff and just get out of here, or I'm just going to...
Jessica, I'm going to tell you from a guy's point of view who has been caught cheating when he's been living with girls that he's been with, just walk away. Like, honestly, that's the best way to do it for both you guys. Because you leave, you can find someone else who's not going to cheat on you. And if you don't leave, then you're always going to have that doubt. You're always going to be on his case. It's not going to be a good relationship on either side. So no matter what, now that you know this, my advice to you would be just to go there when he's not there, get your stuff. Don't even give him the satisfaction of a conversation about it.
Because all he's going to do is lie about it. Right? I mean, how many
Yeah.
times have you been honest, Jubal, when you had gotten caught in cheating?
I am never honest. So Jessica, that's what I would tell you to do, okay?
Thank you. I mean, I guess I'm glad I'm finding this out. I'm not at all, but
Right.
Hey, it's better to know now than to have to get a divorce, right?
And let me tell you, we threw one badass unbachelorette party in Vegas after my girlfriend broke up with her second fiance, and it was way more fun.
Hey, Jessica, will you stay in touch with us just to let us know how you're doing and how everything wraps up?
yeah.
All right.
You're going to be okay.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It
thank
really
you.
isn't. I know it sucks right now, but it's not.
All right.
There's plenty of guys like me out there.
That's not hope.
God, I don't know.
It's the opposite.
All right, keep in touch with us, okay?
All right, thanks.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
One of the secrets in dating is if you have a bad date, never accept blame for anything. Any good relationship expert
Okay.
will tell you always pass the blame, never accept responsibility for your own actions.
God,
You can blame the food, you can blame the weather, you could do what Victor, who's on the phone for a second date update, did, and you can blame your boss for ruining your date. All sorts of people that you can blame for screwing up your date. What's up, Victor? How are you?
Hey guys, I'm good. How are you?
Victor,
Pretty good.
why are you playing the blame game, man?
Well, I take responsibility for a couple of things, but I feel like I did everything right as much as I could have given the circumstances.
Tell us before you get into your actual date. Tell us about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name's Zoe.
Zoe. All right. And where did you meet Zoe?
We met through a friend of a friend.
Okay, that's exciting. How did you feel when you first saw her?
I mean, she was super cute. Just kind of radiated a little bit. I was pretty impressed. She looked a lot better in person than she did in the picture, and so
That's always a bonus. And I hope you told her that. I hope you told her that she looks better in person than she does in pictures and tell her to stop taking pictures.
I couldn't tell her that. I didn't tell her that. I just, after a few seconds of meeting her, I had to actually excuse myself.
Really?
Oh, really?
Why?
And that's kind of where my boss comes in. He had kept me about like 10 to 15 minutes later than I had expected, so I was late for the date. So in order to get there, I had to run, and in doing so, worked up a bit of a sweat, and kind of got a little bit of a stank to me by the time I actually got to the restaurant.
So wait,
So
did you like sit down and then realize your own smell and then have to excuse yourself?
no, I mean I could as soon as I like closed the door to the restaurant. You know when you're like you kind of go from inside to outside, and like all of a sudden just like you could tell.
You wafted. It was a wafting smell.
Wafted?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a stink pocket.
So is that why you think she's not calling you back? Because she noticed the funk coming from you?
I don't know that she noticed the funk. I went over to the table and just said, "Hey, I'm here, I'm sorry. I just got to go run and hit the bathroom real quick. And when I did, all I had on me was a little bit of cologne, like a little sampler.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of doused myself in it, just to kind of at least mask the smell. I know. But it was all I could do.
Great idea. Using cologne to cover up body odor never goes wrong.
Everyone knows that is the worst possible move. Obviously, you take a sink shower at the bathroom. That's what you should have done. You got towels there. You just get it wet. You get your armpits drenched down. You take care of business.
You should have been with me. There's no real handbook on this. I didn't know that.
Well, I am an expert on body odor, so...
Yeah. You have come to the foremost expert in the world on body odor, Brooke. So you didn't do that. You doused yourself in cologne. Do you think she noticed?
Well, I was hoping she wouldn't. But when we got the appetizer, she definitely called the waiter back over and was like, I think there's something very pungent about this, as in not in a good way.
She thought it was the food.
Well, she thought I definitely steered her in that direction as well. I encouraged that a little bit.
What's the expiration date on these cheese sticks? Because it smells like they've turned a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea what to do, so I kind of demanded that the waiter just take the appetizer away. And
Oh my gosh, that's so awkward.
yeah, no, it was awkward. But I'm not going to be, the guy that's like, yeah, no, it's me. It's my stinky armpit. Don't worry about it.
So, but she had to have noticed when they took the appetizer away that the smell stayed.
I don't know that she did it. Maybe she just kind of, how you just get used to things after a while? Maybe that's where it went. Because actually, from there on out, our conversation was great. It, kind of hit on all the right notes, about family, career, 5-year goals. I mean, it really got kind of deep.
Whoa.
And so, I don't know.
You had a good conversation despite being late and then smelling like poo.
Yeah, pretty much.
So don't tell me that you gave her a hug at the end of the night.
Actually, I did.
Oh!
That is a terrible idea.
Oh, no.
Yeah, why?
Well, it was kind of like a surprise hug, though. I mean, she was leaving the restaurant, and I kind of just came up behind her and just quickly just wrapped my arms around her.
Ew.
That sounds
Surprise!
No.
worse than hugging her with body odor. It's
So now you got a creepy, stinky hug, is what she
Yeah.
got.
From behind.
Yeah, I mean, I know it wasn't perfect by any means, but it was just kind of a little show of affection and kind of say, I had a great time. Thanks.
Okay.
yeah.
Use your words next time would be my advice.
Well, I'm trying to use my words now, but she's not answering my phone calls, and hopefully you guys can help me out with that.
Yeah, that is not shocking news to me at all,
Yeah.
Victor.
It sounds like she was really impressed by you.
No, I know. Listen, I really like this girl. She's one of the most normal people I've gone out with in a long time, and those two things. I mean, I know. It's funny and stuff, but it's look, I can always be on time. I can always take a shower. Those things I can change. I just need a redo here. I really do.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll try to get you your redo. We'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date update, all right?
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Victor is on the phone, and today he wants to call a woman named Zoe. And I'm surprised he's not getting a call back because they played the most fun first date game ever. Where's that smell coming from? It's always a fun game to play on a first date. And unfortunately for Victor, that smell was coming from him because he showed up late. He had to actually run there, and by the time he got there, he had body odor, so he excused himself to the bathroom, put on a bunch of cologne, and smelled pungent. He blamed the smell on the appetizer, but I don't know if his date bought it. All right, Victor, you ready to call Zoe and see if it was your funky armpits that did you in?
Yeah, I'm all set.
And can you promise when you take her out again, no from behind surprise hugs? Nobody wants that.
It was an awkward moment.
Yeah.
Forgot to add that along with the smell, when they were walking out of the restaurant, Victor just grabbed her from behind and gave her a hug. And I'm assuming that was not only creepy, but also very smelly, and she realized it wasn't coming from the appetizer.
Yeah, well, he didn't try to throw her in the trunk of his car, so she was probably good with it.
Well, she's lucky we didn't go to dessert, because that's probably what I would have done.
You're sick, Victor.
Well, the way this date went for you, it wouldn't surprise me at all. All right. I'm going to dial her phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, and find out why she's not calling you back, okay?
I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. All right, no problem. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Zoe, please?
This is Zoe.
Hi, Zoe. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Jubal?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Do you know Jubal or do you not know Jubal?
I've heard of... Wait, where are you guys from?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio program. Some people might call it a showgram.
Oh,
No,
that's
it's a-
smart.
It's a radio show.
Wait, am I on the radio?
Do you want to be?
What?
Because we can make that happen because it's a
Jubal.
radio
Zoe.
show, you know? We can make that happen if you want to be.
Why are you calling me?
Do you want to know why?
Yes, that's why she asked, Jubal.
Okay, cool. We're calling you because we got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Who?
Well, his name is Victor, and you guys went out on a date.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why would he email a radio station about our date?
Well, because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update, so Victor is confused why you won't call him back.
That's weird.
It is.
Why?
agree.
Because it should be obvious why you're not calling him back? Is that why it's weird?
I mean, I would have thought so.
Really?
Odd. No.
Just no.
You know, Zoe, from Victor's description of the date, he also knows it was kind of weird, but he really liked you and would like a shot at a do-over, but he says he can't get a hold of you. I mean, what's the reason that you don't want to call him back?
I mean, we're very different people. I mean, I've been on several, first dates that were a little off, but this one was just like, I can't explain. I don't want to embarrass him or anything, but
What?
We talked to him already, and there's no way you could embarrass him any more than he's already embarrassed himself
Yeah.
telling us about the date, so
He told
We're
us a
worried about
lot.
okay, well, then you probably already know. I mean, it was kind of inappropriate what happened.
Oh my God, it was the hug. It was the weird back hug, wasn't it, at the end? He told us about the surprise hug. He came up from behind. I would have punched him.
Awkward.
It was awkward, but he didn't seem harmful, so no, I didn't punch him or anything. But that wasn't even the weird part, honestly, not the weirdest part of the date.
are you talking about him showing up late and smelling like a used gym towel?
No, I mean, I knew something smelled, but I didn't notice him smelling any particular way.
Okay,
Oh.
so what are you talking about then? Because those are two really big red flags that he described to us.
Okay, so the conversation, it got pretty in depth, which is kind of nice on a first date, but I don't know if he was doing it on purpose, but he just got a little too personal with some of his questions.
Like what?
Oh.
Okay, so we talked about goals in life, which I think is pretty important. And he's very much a numbers guy. And he said he wanted to retire early.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked me, had I ever thought about it? When did I plan to retire? And I said, well, I haven't. I mean, I'm like in my mid-20s. It's just not something I've really thought about. And he gets kind of focused at this point and takes out his laptop at the restaurant
What?
to start to see when I can retire.
Wait, he's like analyzing her financial situation?
Yes. He's like asking me, like, what do I do for a job and how much money do I make? Do I have a 401k
Whoa.
and savings and all this?
Wow.
Wow, that's
And
a little.
It was a little creepy to me. I didn't want to tell him. All of that's kind of personal. And I said, well, I don't really know. And he said, well, just guesstimate.
So it's more like he's your financial planner at this point rather than you're on a date with a dude.
Right. I'm trying to think about, do I want to, like, give you a kiss at the end of the night? Not when do I want to retire?
All right.
And it got really weird because I said he asked if my parents were rich. And he said, well, what is their estimated date of death, do you think?
Oh, no way.
Oh my God. It'd be more
Zoe,
concerning if you had a date.
When we talked to him, he told us that you guys had some really deep conversations.
Oh my gosh.
Really deep, like too deep.
Yeah. He took that as having a deep, meaningful conversation, and you obviously took that as a weirdo who's trying to figure out when you can retire and when your parents are going to die.
Yeah. I mean, is this what he does all the time? I don't know. It weirded me out.
Yeah.
You know what else is weird? He's actually on the phone listening and wants to talk to you right now.
What? He's been listening this whole time?
Yeah.
Zoe, there is nothing wrong with what I did. I was doing you a favor.
Oh.
Usually I charge like $500 for my services.
Oh.
But you don't talk about that on a first date. I mean, who brings a laptop to a first date anyway? But you were asking me all these questions about money, not what, my life aspirations were, or did I want to have kids one day, all these important things, and it was just numbers. What was
Well,
that?
we were going to get to that. I mean, everybody should be educated about their finances.
That would have been on our second
The
date.
personal stuff first.
I mean, I was really concerned. You didn't seem to have a clue.
What? It really wasn't what I was worried about at the time.
You can't just go and call her clueless right now. I mean,
Well, listen, she had no idea. She had no clue when she wanted to retire, how to retire, what kind of payments to be making in the meantime, how to set herself up. I mean, it was atrocious.
maybe she just didn't want to discuss it with you, basically a total stranger.
Yeah.
On a first date.
Yes, thank you,
this was
Zoe.
a date,
At a
Victor, not a
restaurant.
meeting set up so you could do her financial plan.
Well, it just seemed important, and this is how I showed I care.
Oh, okay.
What are those, like your 7 love signs or whatever it is to show how you love someone?
There's only 5, and I guarantee you that's not one of them.
You don't think financial planning is a love language? I don't know. I'm not
No,
sure.
it's not. And why would you ever even ask me when I thought my parents would die? You didn't even ask their names. This is not appropriate.
Because I didn't mean that I wanted to know when they were going to. Well, I mean, I did want to know when they were going to die, but not for the creepy reason. It's just that the average men die at 84.7 and women are at 87.3. And I thought that I could calculate, therefore, how, when, and if you're going to get an inheritance, given the fact that that would be roughly around the time that they may pass. And I could factor it into your retirement plan.
I'd rather think about them living to like 120. I love my parents.
But not to mention, if you're the oldest daughter, statistically, you're going to be the ones financially responsible for taking care of them in their old age.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten to that yet. I'm very aware. That's a very important factor. But she kept blocking me on the inheritance aspect of it, so I couldn't get that far.
Oh, that's terrible.
She's an inheritance blocker.
This is so ridiculous. Why are we even talking about this?
Well, because Zoe, I think you need to hear the hard truth, and that's that you have got to get yourself set up for a good future, you know?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Victor. Victor, you were the one that called us and you wanted a second chance. What happened to that? Like, she told you what was wrong. Why aren't you apologizing instead of just attacking her further?
I'm not trying to attack her. Look, I mean, this is very important. You know, I mean, it's your financial well-being in the long term. If we're talking about a relationship, it's long term. Come on, where's your head?
It's a first date.
But shouldn't you know whether you're compatible with the person before you even start to care about the finances?
Yes.
I ran the numbers. I'm compatible with her.
And I believe you did the research, Victor. I do.
You know what I mean? I guess I'm just more of a planner than you guys are, you know?
I don't know. I'm trying to plan a second date for you, though. Zoe, would you like to go on another date with Victor? We will pay for it.
You know, as tempting as it is, no.
Yeah.
No offense. I don't think we're going to be that compatible because you're going to want to talk numbers, and I'm not. So thank you very much, but no.
Zoe, thank you for your time. Sorry it didn't work out for you.
It's fine. I don't want to go out with them again anyway.
Yeah.
And Victor, I'm sorry that didn't work out with Zoe, but, you know, if you have time to get dinner soon, I could probably use your help with a few things.
You've got my number.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Mike is on the phone for a second date update right now. He wants to call a girl named Samantha, who he met at a friend's party, but not necessarily to get a second date. I'm sure Mike would like one, but his email says he's more just concerned for her safety.
Really?
no.
and wants to make sure that she's okay. Mike, how are you?
Hey, Jubal, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for your email. Tell us a little bit about Samantha, the girl that you want to call today.
Well, I met her at my friend's party, and like right away, there was just something about her. Like, she was really cool, down to earth. We were like drinking, have a good time. So we like exchanged numbers, and it's like really hard for me to ask girls out. I know it's just always kind of been hard for me. So I finally worked with the card to do it, and I got tickets to a show, and I asked her if she wanted to come.
So that took a lot of courage.
But you never made it to your show, did you?
No, I took her to dinner first. We went to this Chinese place, and it's like another weird. I don't know why I picked that place. Like, I'm really terrible with chopsticks, but
That is something to think about.
she helped me with my chopsticks. And during dinner, she went to the bathroom, and when she came back, it was like 10 minutes later, and she was soaking wet. She was like really sweaty.
Oh my gosh.
And she said she ate something weird, and she was like hunched over. And she looked pretty terrible. Like, I was like, oh, my God.
So it was like food poisoning.
Yeah, I guess some kind of food poisoning. I mean, I didn't get what she had, so...
There was no, like, allergic reaction where it looked like her throat was going to swell at any moment and her face was blowing up.
No, it looked more like a stomach thing. It looked like she had eaten something bad, and like she was sweating. Like, she looked like she had been poisoned.
Okay, and you didn't look her in the eye and go, hey, tough it out, sit down, finish the date. We still have to go to a play later. I bought tickets to a show. I'm going to waste money now. You realize that? Sit down.
And you have to finish that meal that maybe poisoned you.
You didn't do that?
No. I thought she was, like, really sick. So I stopped the date, and I offered to drive her to the doctor, but she just, wound up taking a cab, and I told her I'd text her later to see if she was all right. And I did, and that was 4 days ago, and I haven't heard from her since.
Have you tried to call her at all?
I don't know. I feel like kind of awkward about doing that because I feel like maybe, I don't know, like I hope she's okay. Like, maybe she's still sick. Like, I don't know. I just kind of...
Have you checked with your friends since you guys met at their party?
She doesn't really know them. She was just at the party, so
Okay.
my friends don't even know her.
All right, so you just more want to find out if she's alive.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if I hope she's okay.
Now, let me ask you this. What would be better if we call her and we can't get her on the phone because she's deathly ill still? Or we get her on the phone and she just didn't want to go out with you again, so she faked being sick?
Well, like, obviously I hope she's not deathly ill, but that would suck if she's sweating me.
Hey, come on.
Is there any
props to her if she can fake sweating?
Yeah.
Is there anything else, Mike, that you think could have happened on your date where she didn't like you? I mean, from the sounds of it, she just got sick and she might not be ready to call you back.
No, I mean, maybe it was the chopstick thing. I don't know. Some girls are weird about that.
That's usually a big cause
Deal
of
breaker.
somebody not getting a call back. I doubt it's the chopstick thing, Mike. All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, and hopefully we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
All right.
All right, man. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Mike,
Yeah.
I think you're good. I don't think there's anything you did on this date that could come back to hurt you. You just told us how you took this girl out for dinner and she got sick halfway through and had to leave and hasn't been calling you back. You're concerned if maybe she's sick and like in the hospital or something, and that's why she hasn't called you back. I think she's probably embarrassed. I don't think you did anything wrong on your date.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, either that or she's dead. And either way, not your fault.
We'll get close.
Yeah, not your fault, no matter what, Mike. All right, man. Are you about ready to call her and see if we can get her on the phone?
Yeah, let's do it.
What was the last thing you said to her as she left the restaurant with possible food poisoning?
I just told her I would text her to make sure she was all right.
Okay.
And you haven't gotten any response from her at all?
No, nothing. So I hope she's fine.
Yeah, I think Jubal's right. I'd be humiliated.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm sure she spent a little bit longer in the bathroom than she probably wanted to.
I get
After a
nervous
while.
even with my girlfriend of like over a year. I still get nervous when I go on a date and I'm in the bathroom too long. I think she's going to think I'm blowing this place up when I'm not. So maybe she's just embarrassed, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go. I'll call her right now.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Samantha, please?
this is Samantha.
Hey, Samantha, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Hi.
Hi. What's going on?
Nothing.
Do you listen to our show, Samantha?
No, not usually.
Oh, that's too bad. Because somebody actually sent us an email about you.
Okay.
You recently went out with one of our listeners. He enjoyed your date. I guarantee that you didn't enjoy the date very much. But you haven't been calling him back after he's texted you a few times, and he wants to know why. His name is Mike.
Oh, my God.
And
I remember Mike.
He told us about your date and how you got sick halfway through dinner.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your date? Why don't you tell us from your perspective how your date went?
He's really nice. Mike is nice.
That's not how your date went, though.
Well, I got sick. I just had to go. So,
How sick were you?
I couldn't stay.
Okay. Is that the reason you're not calling him back? I mean, why won't you get back to him? He says he's texted you even just to check and see if you're all right. He's actually more concerned for your health and everything else than even getting a second date at this point.
Well, it was we didn't even finish a first date. So
Right.
why is he so concerned?
Samantha, if I were to go out on a date with you, if you were that lucky, and you got sick halfway through and then weren't calling me back, I would be concerned about you. I'd be wondering if you were okay, and that's pretty much what Mike wants to know because he's been trying to get a hold of you, but you haven't been calling him back.
You can tell Mike that I'm fine.
Because
I'm fine.
you just sound so hesitant about this whole thing. Were you really legitimately sick?
I mean, why does it matter? Yeah. Why does it matter?
Whenever a girl says she's fine, she's never
Not fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the truth, Samantha? Why don't you want to call Mike back?
If I'm being completely honest, there was other stuff going on, so I had to deal with it.
But you had
There was other stuff going on.
There's stuff happening that night that I needed to take care of, so I just needed to go.
Okay, so did you make up the sick thing to get out of the date then?
I mean, kind of.
I know.
Job well done. Because
You did?
The way he describes it, it was believable.
You did? You made up being sick to get out of the date?
Well, I had to leave. I had to go, and I didn't. I mean, it was just a spur of the moment thing. It was an instinctual. But I just need to go. I feel bad. Oh, I feel bad.
Why couldn't
Samantha-
you just be honest about it though? What was so embarrassing or secretive? that you
It was personal, so I thought okay, I'll just spare him the details. I'm just gonna go.
Samantha, I know this is a weird phone call to receive, and I appreciate you staying on the phone with us, but can you just tell us what it is? Because Mike wants to know. He's been going crazy trying to figure out what if he did something wrong on the date or if you were sick and if he could help you out in any way. What else was going on?
This is a way bigger deal than it was supposed to be.
Okay.
There's this other guy that I was really excited about going out with. And I actually got a text from him while we were in dinner, and I went to the bathroom to check it out, and it was literally he had 2 hours to hang out, and then he was leaving to go to Korea for a month right after that. And so that's the only time I could see him, and we had a thing going on, but I didn't know if I would see him again.
Dude, that's low, Samantha.
That sucks.
Now you make me look like the complete villain.
Well, come on, dude. You went into the bathroom and ditched the guy for somebody that you thought was better.
That's why I didn't say anything.
It's awful.
What do you think Mike would say if he heard that?
It would suck. I mean, I think that's why I didn't want to say anything to him, because he's really nice and he's very sweet. I feel like it would really hurt his feelings.
I feel like we should find out from Mike.
Oh, God.
Don't you, Samantha?
No, I don't think we should.
What if I told you it's too late and Mike is actually on the other line listening?
Are you serious?
Hi, Samantha.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you heard all of that. I didn't want to hurt your feelings, so I was just
Seriously? But I don't
protecting
understand.
you.
Why agree to go out with me at all if you already, how many boyfriends do you have?
It's not like that at all. It's not. I mean, I don't do that. Like, I don't.
Well, but you did it. I don't. Why? I don't. You did it to me.
I was trying to protect you. See, this whole thing wasn't even supposed to happen.
Yeah, but like you're a liar. You put on a whole show for me.
I mean, like, what am I supposed to do? Come back to the table and say, like, oh, shoot, I gotta go. Like, I'm gonna go out with this other guy because he's leaving and like, the whole story. And then, like, sorry, bye. Would you do it like that?
No, like, I don't know why. Why did you even, like, if this guy was, like, leaving anyway, why are you seeing me the night before, like, when you're gonna bail on me regardless? Like, why? Like, what are you
I didn't know that I was gonna bail on you. I didn't even think I was gonna see him again, to be honest.
Dude.
That's all you got?
I don't know why you're so hung up on this, because it's, like, we had, like,
up to, like, just lie to somebody.
Sometimes people say things to make things better when it's better in the end that you don't know the actual truth.
How are you justifying this? If one of your girlfriends went through the same thing with a dude, you would have so many horrible names for that person.
Like, yeah, it would be up, and like everybody would have a lot of great conversation to have over coffee the next
But
morning.
you're not even sorry.
I mean, what am I supposed to say at this point? I'm not sorry. I mean, I'm sorry if you're upset, Mike. I'm sorry if you're hurt. I didn't mean to, because that's why I did what I did.
Like, I literally thought you were dying from food poisoning, but you were really just shacked up with some other guy doing God knows what, and, like, I'm worrying about you.
Mike, we didn't even finish a whole date. We were there for, like, 45 minutes. 45 minutes of your life has impacted you so intensely that you have to, like, draw it out like this.
I can't believe this.
Hey, Samantha, are you still seeing that dude? The one that went to Korea? Are you guys, like... I mean, I know he's gone, but are you guys still seeing each other?
I don't know. We'll see what happens when he gets back.
He does not care about you. If he was going to Korea and he knew it was the last night to hang out with you, he wouldn't have just called you that night. He would have planned something.
Yeah.
Like, the dude doesn't like you that much, Samantha.
Or maybe, Samantha, he's telling you a little white lie, and he's actually just in town this whole time.
Yeah.
That would be really up.
Really?
Well, since that dude's gone, Samantha, I would love to ask you if you'd go out with Mike one more time. Just give it another shot. Would you like to go out on a date with Mike? We'll pay for it.
Yeah, I don't really want to go on a date with Samantha.
Mike, I'm asking
anymore.
Samantha right now, Mike.
Mike.
Samantha, would you like to go out with Mike?
No. No.
Mike, you're not interested in going out with Samantha again, I take it?
She's a liar. No.
You're like a mind reader, Jubal.
Yeah, I don't know how I figured that out.
So are we good? Like, can I go? Because I need to, like, do my life and stuff.
Yeah, Samantha, thank you for your time. Thank you for your honesty.
Oh, my God.
I appreciate it. Have a good one, okay?
Bye.
Oh.
Dude, she's a
There you
piece
go,
of
Mike.
Work.
Well, up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got your answer. I told you at the beginning of this, there's no way it could possibly go wrong for you. Proving once again my track record of being right. Not so good.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You can learn a lot about life through baseball.
Yeah.
You know, when life throws you curveballs, you knock them out of the park.
I like
Sometimes you step up to the plate, you swing, and you miss, but that's okay.
it. Yeah.
Or sometimes you're the pitcher, and sometimes you're the catcher. Either way, you're gonna have a good time.
What?
Those are some famous sayings from baseball, and I bring them up because the guy on the phone for a second date update today, his name is Matthew, and he met the girl that he wants to call at a co-ed softball game. What's up, Matthew? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys?
Pretty good. Were you the pitcher or the catcher that day?
I mainly bat and, play third base, but...
Thank God
So-
for answering it like
God,
that.
you're a sick man.
Your email said that you met the girl that you want to call. Her name is Trisha.
Yeah, she's real sweet.
Okay, and it says here you met her at a co-ed softball game. How'd that work?
Yeah, she was on the opposite team.
Oh, the enemy.
Yeah, so that's, a little extra charm as well.
Let me guess. She was pitching to you, she struck you out, and then you threatened to fight her.
No way, dude.
That's usually how friendly softball games go,
Yeah.
Jubal. You're right.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of physical violence.
Is that how it went down?
It was more like when we all went to the bar.
Oh.
Then you threatened to fight her.
There was no fighting. No
Thank
fighting.
you.
Just softball.
Okay,
Just softball.
strange.
No fighting during the game or afterwards.
That's different than any co-ed sports league that I've been involved in. There's always a fight at some point, but okay.
Move on from the
Nice.
violence, please.
All right, so you met her at the bar.
Yes.
And had you had your eye on her like all game?
Oh, yes, all game for sure.
What about her stuck out to you?
Oh, I mean, her legs just go on for days,
One of those girls with legs all the way up to her butt.
Yeah.
So hot. So hot.
We all have
She
them.
was really good at the game, and on top of it all, she seemed like a genuinely cool chick.
Awesome.
So how did you approach her at the bar?
Well, I mean, I grabbed her a drink and, said congrats for whooping her ass, and, then we just started talking about how long we had been playing, and then one thing led to another, and I ended up getting her number, and we set a date to go hiking.
Sweet. How was the hike?
Oh, it was great. She met me where we were going to start out.
Nice.
What'd you say?
Oh, I just said nice. Sorry.
I heard you. I was just like, what?
Very nice. She met you there.
I'm excited for you.
She met you where you're going to start. That's better than meeting you at the end of the trail, I guess.
I approve.
And she was just as awesome as the first time you met her.
Absolutely. Like, she did great on the hike, and we were able to talk. We weren't winded or anything. And, I mean, at the end, like, when we said goodbye, like, I didn't know if, a kiss was feeling out. And, I mean, she was real sweaty. I was real sweaty.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, we kind of just had a quick hug, but, like, it was still, like, you felt that connection there, and we made plans for about a week later to go out again.
Oh, so you guys had a second date.
No, see, like, a day before, she texted to cancel. She needed to cancel for some reason, so I don't know. And now it's like, now I haven't really heard from her, so kind of feel blown off.
Have you tried to reschedule that date that you had planned?
I mean, yeah, I sent one or two texts just saying, hey, sorry, scheduling didn't work. Is next weekend good? And I didn't really get an answer from any of that.
Can I ask, I mean, just looking back at the time you guys spent together between like the softball game and the hiking, do you think that she also thought of this as a romantic date?
Well, I mean, I would hope it would be kind of obvious because I asked for her number. I said I would love to get together. Like, to me, that sends a pretty clear signal of like, hey, I'm interested in you.
Right.
Even if like things go slow or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how long has it been since you've heard from her?
It's been over a week since I talked with her, and she hasn't responded to the two texts I sent.
Oh, man.
Just a sweaty hug at the end of the hike. That's all you got.
Yeah, right?
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Thanks, man.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I gotta say, I'm skeptical of you, Matthew.
Am I suspect?
Yes, you are.
For what?
Well, we do a lot of these second date updates, all right? And everything always sounds normal until we get the person on the phone, and then something weird comes out, okay? Now, you said that you met this girl at a co-ed softball game. You went to the bar after, asked for her number, and you guys went on a hike and had a great time, and nothing weird happened.
That is all true.
Okay. Well, if I call her and I find out that you've been going to all of her games since then, dressed up like...
No, buddy. I will be 100% honest with you. That thought did cross my mind.
Okay.
But I denied it because I didn't want to be a creeper.
All right, good.
I
picture you in the stands like an NFL quarterback's mom with her name on your shirt, sitting there like, "Go Trisha, that's my girl." So,
oh my God!
You promised me you haven't done that.
I have not done that.
All right.
He still doesn't trust you,
No,
just so you know.
Still, I'm a little weary of you. I'm gonna dial the phone number right now though and get her on the phone and find out why she's not calling you back. Okay?
All right.
Hello.
Hi, is Trisha there?
Yes, this is she.
Hey, Trisha, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
I'm calling because one of our listeners sent an email about you. His name is Matthew, and he sent us an email saying you guys were supposed to go out on a date, and then you stopped responding to him, and he wants to know why.
He sent an email about that? Why would he do that?
Because he liked you and he would like to go out again, but you just stopped talking to him, so he thought maybe we could help him out and figure out the answer.
Look, I am not comfortable discussing this.
If it's something way too personal, you don't have to tell us, but if it's not, I mean, he wants to know. He liked you a lot.
You got to put yourself in his shoes. You know how frustrating it can be if you feel like you connected with somebody and then they drop off.
I mean, yeah, I get that. And he's a good guy. I totally got that sense from him.
Okay, so if he's a good guy, then why aren't you calling him back?
Look, he was really cool. He's just not marriage material.
Whoa.
Why is he not marriage material? Did you guys get into that conversation on your first date?
No, we didn't, talk about it. But, you could just tell from the date.
Is he immature or something? I mean...
Well, here's where I am. I am not getting any younger, and I absolutely want to get married someday. Yeah. And he's just not going to be that guy.
That is a really quick judgment to make after meeting someone just one time.
Yeah.
Actually, we hung out twice.
Oh.
Okay, so 2 times is enough for you to know that?
Now you know everything about him.
How can you possibly know that he's not marriage material after 2 hangouts?
Because after the second time we hung out, he took me back to his car, and his car was full of stuff, piles and piles.
Wait,
and
are you saying that it was just messy? Like there was garbage and stuff in it?
Well, I didn't know. So I had asked him, I was like, what's the deal with all your stuff? Are you moving or something? And he said no. And he said that he lives out of his van.
He lives in his van?
Yeah, and he does it by choice.
What do you mean? It's not that he's homeless, it's that he wants to be homeless?
Yeah, he chooses this.
Really?
What did he say to you to make you think that?
He said, look, it's this really great situation. I choose this. I feel it's better. I'm saving money. And I look in there, and there is a mattress. There's a jug of water, hot plate. It's really weird.
Yeah. Normally, when you see a van with a mattress in it on a first date, that's a good sign.
No, always bad.
So you're saying you didn't want to see him again because he lives in his van?
No, I don't know. I've been going back and forth over this, for the past few days because, he lives in a van.
Yeah.
So you're saying you don't want to move into a van if you guys ever got more serious?
No. Well, no, I don't know. That's the thing.
You don't know if you want to move into a van. You might be willing to move into a van?
No, I definitely don't want to live in a van. That's the problem.
Okay.
But don't you think... Okay, granted, this is a kind of an odd situation, but he has, a regular job, right?
He has a really good job, and he makes, a ton of money. Whoa. He just chooses to save it.
All right, so the guy just likes to live in a van.
He seemed really in love with his living situation, and if that's the case, I don't want to mess with it.
I have so many questions.
You don't want to make the guy give up his house, you know?
Exactly, his green van.
Yeah.
Well, Trisha, I do need to let you know that Matthew is actually on the other line listening, maybe in his van right now, and he wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Matthew, you there?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Hey, Trisha.
Oh, my God.
I am not in my van, just to clarify. I'm in my office. I'm at work right now.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. I'm just really surprised because, when we went out, I mean, you seemed to think it was really kind of cool what I was doing.
Yeah, I said it was cool when I was looking at it because I didn't just want to tell you it was weird right off the bat.
Okay. Oh, now you're just 180 on this. So I'm confused.
Matthew, think about it. I mean, how could a girl see a van and think, I want to stay the night with him? I'm not sure where I'm going to go to the bathroom if I have to go, but...
Just owning a van and living out of it is awesome. I have this freedom that everybody else is dreaming about. I save all this money. It keeps going in the bank when everybody else is spending and going into debt on these houses that they can't afford, and they're never in because they're always at work all day for them. I mean, what's the point of it?
The point is to actually have a place where you could hang out, not something that you could, like, drive from point A to point B, like you're home traveling everywhere.
But that means I can hang out everywhere, Trisha, wherever I want to hang out. Like, the world is my home. And Trish, I'm not living in the Stone Age with this. Like, I've got Wi-Fi, you know, I can run things off this generator. Like, I have electricity. I have the basic things that I need and stay connected with the world. I can work remotely if I want to. Like, come on.
He's got it all figured out, Trisha.
It just sounds weird to me. I never pictured my boyfriend living in a van.
On purpose.
But it may be fun, Trisha. I mean, it's definitely an adventure.
Yeah, that's a word for it.
It is an adventure. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
I don't know, man. I mean, you have a great personality. You're a really cool guy, but the whole living in a van thing is just a giant turn off for me.
Just give it a weekend, Trisha. Like, pretend you're going on a luxurious camping trip. Give it 2 nights, and I will convince you. I promise.
2 nights, that is a big ask, sir.
So you want me to spend 2 nights in your van when we've only been on one official date together?
You are the one who is throwing around the marriage word of, you know, needing to find marriage material. So, like, 2 nights is not going to kill you.
He has a point.
I mean, I say 2 nights is a drop in the bucket. Come on.
In that case, Trisha, would you like to go out with Matthew on a second date? We will pay for it. I mean, I guess the date would be 2 nights in his van, but whatever. Would you like to go out with him again?
You know, I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I am going to say no to 2 nights in the van.
Oh.
But I'm up to hanging out with him again.
Okay, so you'll go out on a date with him, but you won't sleep in the van.
Yes, I will go out on a date. I will not spend the 2 nights in a van.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Matthew. That's a successful second date.
I can work with that.
All right. So you guys go out on your date. Matthew, you try to convince her that living in a van is better than living in a house, and I wish you both luck.
Trisha, freedom is in our future. I guarantee.
Oh, my God.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text in at 78592 about the second date update that just says business in the streets, road trip in the sheets. Kind of makes sense. If you missed today's second date update, Trisha, this dude met Trisha at a co-ed softball game, and then they went on a hike, and she wasn't calling him back. So we got Trisha on the phone. And she said that he's not marriage material, and the reason why is because he lives out of his van.
But he likes it.
Yeah, it's by choice. He's not homeless. He has a great job and makes a lot of money. But I guess this dude, his name's Matthew, by the way, lives out of his van by choice.
Yeah, he's like a penny
He
pitcher,
says
I guess.
he does it because he's saving a ton of money and he has a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
And he's not tied down by any houses or anything like that. He can just move his van around wherever.
Which is it's true.
A lot of people do it. Look up #van life.
Really?
It's all over the place,
Yeah.
man.
I'm sure.
And I guess they did go out, though. They agreed to go out. She said she'd go out with him, but turned down his offer for 2 nights of staying in the van. So
See,
she doesn't want to stay in the van, but she'll go on another date, mostly because he probably has a lot of extra money to spend or something.
I just want to warn her. I dated a guy who lived in his car, and after we broke up, we got in a fight, and he refused to leave. He just parked in front of my house. And then I had another guy show up the next day to go on a date with him. He's like, "Hey, there's some guy sleeping in the car in front of your house." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't mind him.
You're
I
yelling.
don't know. That's weird.
You're like,
I don't
go
know."
home. He's like, I
I am home.
Yeah,
your home's
saying.
actually in my way right now.
Yeah, they're hard to get rid of when they can just move their house right in front of your house.
amazing.
So good luck to those two.
Yeah.
If they continue their relationship, maybe he can actually stay in her house once in a while.
Or
Who knows?
upgrade to like an RV or a Winnebago. Or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email us, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5's 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I feel really bad for the guy who's on the phone to do a second date update today.
Really?
Not only bad, but I'm also impressed by his bravery. I read his email about what happened on his date, and I'm frankly surprised that he would be willing to tell this story to anybody, let alone do it on a radio show.
Yes.
Matt, how you doing?
Man, I got a weird mix of emotions because I feel like I'm throwing a Hail Mary here, and I know it's a long shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The description of what happened on your date is amazing to me. And like I said, I commend your bravery for being willing to talk about this.
I mean, this is like I've lived a life where I've done embarrassing things. This has got to be the most embarrassing
That bad?
that I can think of.
Why don't you tell your story there, Matt?
All right. So, I meet this really, really nice girl online.
Uh-huh.
Her name's Amanda, and we agreed to go to this restaurant. And the whole deal was there's a seasonal festival going on I really wanted to go to. I was like, this would be so much fun. So I just kind of picked a restaurant near the festival because I wasn't sure if we were going to get to eat. I'm like, I didn't want to be hungry at this festival. I just wanted to be in a good mood. So we go, and it's great. It's my kind of place, laid back. It's got good food and big portions. And I like big portions. So
I love how men pick restaurants. You don't have to dress up, and I can eat a lot.
well, I wanted to see because she kept saying, like, all our profile and stuff like that, she's laid back and just like to have fun. And, like, I was hoping that translated to just like to eat. And we ordered cheesy fries. They were massive. She dug in with me, like, it was, oh, good, cool, it's going to be fun. We can, like, eat together.
I want to get to what happened and the reason why you think she's not calling you back.
Yeah, but hold on. I didn't even tell you about the steak. The steak was incredible. Like, I really thought this was going to be like an average steak. You don't understand. I went back and shook hands with the chef. That's how good the steak was.
Wow.
This was incredible.
Whoa.
I have not had a steak at a restaurant this good for the price.
Were you excited about your
Is
date?
this a second date or a commercial for this restaurant?
I'm just telling you, this was the one good part. And sometimes I'll go on dates and I'll love the food and I'll feel shamed by my date. But she didn't do that. She was just like, yeah, cool, I like a guy who can eat.
Why are you eating so much food?
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, because I hadn't eaten all day, and it's a festival. We're going to walk around a long time. I didn't want to just be hungry, while we're at the festival. 'Cause I can get kind of grumpy. So I wanted to be on my A game and fill my belly.
Oh, my God. Chili cheese fries and steak is already enough.
Hey, I didn't even tell you about the dessert.
My God.
So we get one of those giant, like, ice cream brownie sundae things.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
all I'm going to say, I know you don't want me to, like, go on and on and on, but, oh, my gosh, that whipped cream, it was like, I don't know. It was like there was a group of people in the back that were making it by hand, and that was their only job, was just to make this whipped cream. I mean,
After reading your email, how in the world can you still be talking about the food with the situation that happened after you ate?
I want to know what happened.
You do want to know what
I just need
happened.
to understand, like, I was so happy. This is the happiest I've been on a date at this point.
All right.
And so, like, that's why. So, like, we ate. This is great. Let's go. So it's just like we're walking. I start burbling. My stomach starts burbling. I'm like, oh no, I gotta go. I should have gone. There's like we're kind of far from the restaurant now.
Uh-huh.
Like, just like want to keep moving, and I didn't really want to say anything. You know what I mean? I just didn't feel comfortable yet saying, oh, I just gotta drop a giant deuce. So, like,
Yeah, it's usually bad first date etiquette to bring that up.
Yes.
I didn't want to do that. So, like, we walked by this department store, and I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I got to buy a gift for one of my coworkers. I'll just go in here real quick because it's tomorrow. It's like an only chance if I don't buy it now. So I knew I'll just be in and out real quick. And so I go in, and the bathroom is on, like, the 5th floor. It's, like, escalators. So I'm, like, running up the escalators, like, carefully, because now I'm at the point where it's very sensitive and I can just lose it all.
Oh, my God.
Any second I can feel it. And so I'm just
So much
so
graphic
careful.
detail.
You know, like that run you do when you're trying to be careful not to spill it?
Yeah.
So
I don't.
I get up. I get up there. I get to the 5th floor. I'm so excited. And there's a guy with a mop, and he's cleaning. And he's like, you're not coming in here.
Oh, no.
And then, like, there's, the women's bathroom. I could go in the women's bathroom, but, like, a woman goes in, and I'm not going to go in while there's a woman in there. That's just so...
You don't need like assault charges or indecency charges on your first date.
So I'm like, okay, I can hold it a little bit longer. So I run and clinch down. I'm running and clinching. I'm going down the escalators. I run out the front. She's like, what are you doing? Are you done? I was like, I gotta go. I'll be right back. And I'm like running back to the restaurant. It's like, you know what? I paid there. I can go. I can use the bathroom. And by the time I get to the restaurant, I got a pretty good sprint coming on. And everything I have to hold this in.
I burst the door open. It knocks over this old man. The old man falls to the floor. I don't stop. Someone says, he knocked over an old man. I don't have time to apologize or stop. I go to the bathroom, and I just go in, and I'm like a sweating, heaving mess of shame. And I sit there on the pot, and I just I destroyed that bathroom. I was disgusted by myself on so many levels. And I'm just sitting there, and it's like taking so long. I just wanted to go fast. It's like 15 minutes, which is such a long time.
Especially after you've run up to the top of a department store and then sprinted back down, sprinted by your date, and she's like, where are you going?
So, she's texting me. She's like, what's going on? What's going on? It's like, it's fine. I'll be right back. And I was like, I'm good. I'm like done. And I stand up and I look at my pants, and I had splattered my pants in the process.
What?
And I was like, this is not going to work.
Did you just say
disgusting?
I don't get it. You didn't realize that you pooped your pants before you went into the bathroom?
I was in a dark place. I don't know how to explain. This was not like a normal situation. I mean, I'm in there freaking out about knocking over this man. I gotta go home. I gotta go home and get a change of pants.
Do you live close to this place?
No, I live like 10 minutes away if there's no light.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So I went out the back door of this restaurant because I don't want to run into this old man or his family or anyone. So I go out the back door and I drive home. I barely, I get home. I change my pants. She texts me, "Screw you! I can't believe you ditched me." And I was like, "Oh no."
And is that the last thing you heard from her?
Yeah, because I knew there's no coming back from that. I didn't know what to do.
Did you try to apologize and explain what happened?
I mean, I said I'm sorry, but I knew that if I did a lot, I felt like it would make it worse. So I just said I was sorry.
Oh my God, my brain is still spitting from your really detailed story about pooping yourself. Why would you ever think it's okay to leave a woman on the street for how long?
In the end, it was 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah, no wonder she's not calling you back. I mean, you know what happened, obviously.
Yeah, I know. That's why that's why I said Hail Mary at the beginning of this conversation. But I had such a good time. You have to understand, she really is cool.
Okay.
I met this really cool girl who's fun and has a good sense of humor. And for some reason, I just freaked out.
Well, you're gonna have to see how cool she is when we get her on the phone and you tell her the actual story of what happened.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to tell her all the details. We can just tell her generally what happened, and then see if she'll go out with me again. we don't have to give every example.
I'm just going to take this first part where we're talking right now. We recorded your story and play that back for her. Have her listen to that.
No. Please don't do that.
All right. We'll play a song. Come back.
I
Call
love
her.
you guys. I'm a big fan of you. Please.
All right. Hey, you're going to have to tell her a little bit, but we'll do it after this song. We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Matt is on the phone. And yes, if you missed Matt explaining what happened on his first date, it was rather embarrassing. Long story short, he had to go to the bathroom really bad after they had dinner. Tried to find a restroom, didn't tell her what he was doing because he was embarrassed. Ran to the top of a department store. Bathroom was closed there. Sprinted down the stairs and past her. She didn't know where he was going. Into a restaurant. Knocked over an old dude on the way. And people yelled hey, that guy has knocked over this old guy. But he was in a very bad place. So he had to go straight to the bathroom. He ended up going. Took him about 15 minutes. And then he realized that he accidentally had an accident on his pants. So he tried to go home to change his pants, and at that point, she texted him and was like, "It's obvious that you ditched me," and she hasn't talked to him since. We're about to get her on the phone and see if Matt can somehow salvage what happened and get a second date. Matt, are you ready to go?
As ready as I'm going to be.
Matt, you do realize the last image she has of you is you sprinting away from her on the street. It's not even that you just ditched her, you ran from her.
Ran away from
her.
No, it's not good. It's the worst. It's the worst it could be. It really is. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Good luck to you, man. I don't know how you're going to get a second date out of this one.
Especially when he's like, no, you don't get it. I pooped my pants.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah. It's not as bad. It wasn't you. It's just that I have no control over my bowels. Would you like to go out again and try this over? All right. I'm going to dial the phone number right now. Get her on the phone, okay?
If you guys don't mind vouching for me that I'm a good guy, that would be great.
Sure. I'll tell her we're longtime personal friends and that you're a great dude.
You're such a liar.
That would be amazing.
Okay. I'm going to dial the phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Amanda, please?
This is.
Hello, Amanda. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show. We host a morning radio show, and one of our listeners actually emailed us about you to see if we could get you on the phone.
About me?
Mm-hmm. It's called the second date update. Basically, if you go out on a date with somebody and don't call them back after the date, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what went wrong. I think we kind of know what went wrong on your date. But I could be wrong. The guy that emailed us, his name is Matt.
He wanted you to call me?
Yes, he did.
I can't even imagine why.
Yeah, he said that he really enjoyed your date.
Well, that's pretty interesting, because he's the one that ditched me, so I'm not really sure.
Amanda, what if I told you that he had a really good reason for having to leave your date?
I don't think there is a good reason. There's pretty much nothing that could make me say, "Oh, that makes sense."
Really? I think if you heard his story, you might actually be happy that he didn't come back to you.
I can't even imagine that there is some excuse good enough for him ditching me, leaving me standing there by myself to find my own ride home.
Well, why don't I let him tell you? Because he's actually on the other line listening and then wants to talk to you because he feels really bad about what happened on your date.
Right now?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Matt?
Hi, Amanda.
What do you want?
I just want to apologize and explain what happened, because I know that it seems like I ditched you, and I didn't ditch you.
Matt, you did ditch me. I was standing there for a very long time by myself, and that means that you ditched me.
No, I know. Like, I've been ditched lots of times before, and I understand what it feels like. It's terrible and feel that way. I had an emergency, and I didn't know how to explain it at the time. There wasn't a way that would have been
okay,
bad.
it was weird enough
Stop.
that you left me standing there to go buy a present or whatever, and then you came back and ran right past me. What's your emergency? I can't even understand why this... What's your emergency?
Okay, so remember when we were at the restaurant, how much food I ate?
Yes, I do.
A lot of food.
Lot of food.
Yeah. So I hadn't eaten all day, and so I had to go, like, worse than I ever have in my life. Completely unprecedented. Did not know how to deal with it.
Like to the bathroom?
To the bathroom. I'm trying to be polite. To the bathroom. Number 2, I had to go, like, emergency, like, code red.
Okay, so as adults,
yeah.
You couldn't say, like, when we're in the restaurant, "Excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom."
But, see, I didn't have to go at that point. I only had to go when we were walking. So I was like, I got to go now. And
we passed a coffee shop. You could have said, "Let's grab a coffee," and gone to the bathroom there.
I know.
We're not in second grade. I don't understand why you couldn't have just handled it.
I mean, what am I supposed to do here? Is turn to you and be like, "Hey, I'm about to crap my pants. I'm on a first date with you." You know, I didn't want to, like, I don't know.
Well, I
think that was.
I definitely appreciate
nice
that you didn't say that, but you could have said something. You could have done anything. Hey, let's go in here together and run away to the bathroom.
What do you? I wouldn't ask you to come into the bathroom while I have to do that. That's like.
Okay, Matt. Okay, I'm not trying to be so literal here. I'm just saying we could have gone into the building structure at the same time, so I wasn't standing outside on the street wondering where you were.
That would have made sense. That would have made much more sense.
It was really upsetting. I was having a good time, and I was so frustrated. Then I was cold. Then I got embarrassed because I was completely ditched. I went through so many emotions in that half an hour that should never happen on a first date.
I know. I went through a lot of emotions too, and I feel terrible.
So you're the victim of this whole thing? I'm the one that was standing there.
No, you're the victim. I'm sorry. No, you're the victim. My emotions don't matter. That's not the point.
You're the one that had the issues. I was ditched. I'm the one that went home and told my friends I will never do internet dating again because look what this guy did to me. I'm the one.
You know what? I figured that. I figured you were probably telling your friends, and that's fine. You should tell everyone. I understand that. I want to go on another date with you, and I don't care if that's the story that always gets told.
If the bathroom was what you were trying to do and you had to go do it, why wouldn't you come back? We were going to go to the fair. I don't get that. I don't understand.
In all honesty, the reason I didn't come back is that I my pants.
Oh my God.
And I had to go home.
Are you kidding me? I feel like I'm talking to a
I'm telling
child
you the
right
truth.
now.
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, well,
I'm a truth
sometimes,
teller.
and I've never said this out loud, but sometimes it's better to lie than give that many details.
So, Amanda,
This is
you'd
how we figured that out.
prefer.
I mean, I don't know that about you. So, this is how I figured that out. I don't know. I know that.
I would rather anything, but knowing that you... I can't even say it. Like, come on.
Amanda, that's what happened. Hey, at least he's honest. You know that. He told us about your date. Said that he loved going out with you. He really enjoyed it and thought you were awesome. But he had an unfortunate situation where his body was not working with him. And he kind of ruined his pants. And he tried to go home and do this all in a timely manner.
gosh.
But at that point, you were done.
I don't even tell you, I knocked down an old man, too, when I opened the door. And everyone hated me. Everyone hated me.
Crapped your pants.
I'll tell you everything.
You crapped your pants. You knocked an old man down. You ditched a girl you claimed to be having a good time with. And you never communicated any of this with anybody. I'm going to say you have some issues, and I'm not ready to go out again. It's not going to happen.
Amanda, are you sure? Because I would like to ask if you'll go out on a second date with Matt. We will pay for it.
I don't think it's going to be a good idea.
Weird. From the recap that you just said, it sounded like a fantastic time. I'm surprised that you're saying no.
Look, that's all that's true. All that's true. And good news is, that the worst it could go with me is that. That's the bottom. And that's
Wait a minute.
not a normal bottom.
I'm sorry, I can't let you finish. If that's the first date, how is this the worst that it's going to be? It's supposed to be the very best ever.
Oh, but it's all uphill from here, Amanda.
Siding with him. I don't understand this.
Stuff happens, bro.
Whatever. If a girl crapped her pants on a date, none of you would ever talk to her again.
Yeah, that's very true.
I would. I absolutely would. I'd feel so much more comfortable if a girl crapped her pants or burped or did anything gross. I'd be like, that's
Well, you
awesome.
would. You would, because that's your thing.
It was just one time.
All right, well, so Amanda, no, you don't want to go out with him again.
It's not going to happen. I will use it as an example of what not to do for the rest of my life.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
If the bathroom was what you were trying to do and you had to go do it, why wouldn't you come back? We were going to go to the fair. I don't get that. I don't understand.
In all honesty, the reason I didn't come back is that I my pants.
Oh, my God.
That was a clip from today's second date update. If you missed it, Matt wanted to call this girl Amanda. He knew exactly why she wasn't calling back. She didn't know that he had an accident during the date. But what did happen was they went out to eat, and then they were walking somewhere. He had to go really bad. He tried to go to one bathroom. It was closed. Then had to sprint past her to go to a restaurant's bathroom. Ended up, actually getting some on his pants and then tried to go home to change them. But basically ended up ditching her for 40 minutes while he tried to figure the whole situation out. She texted him and was like, I'm done with the date. We got her on the phone. She still didn't want to go out with him because he just ditched her instead of being honest, hey, had a little bit of an accident. Maybe we could reschedule this for next time. But people are texting in at 78592, and they're totally on his side. Almost every single text that has come in say, oh, my God, he's adorable. Crappy pants or not, I'll go out with him.
How are people okay with adults pooping themselves on a first date?
Well, it happens.
No, it doesn't happen. I've never pooped myself.
Well-
yes, I have to go to the bathroom sometimes, but I've never done it in my pants.
Happens more than you think. Another text in at 78592 says, I think Amanda should have given him a second chance. She's being way too hard on him. No one can control what happens to their bodies sometimes.
But even if he never texted her once in those 40 minutes saying, hold on, I had an emergency, I have to run home. He never, she
I
was
think
just
either way.
standing there without any knowledge
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to
anything.
handle that either, because if you're honest, she's like, ooh, gross, I don't want to see this guy
You
again.
just say you had an emergency.
Yeah.
You don't have to go into detail
No,
about
how
what
fake does
happened
that
to your
sound?
pants.
How
Yeah.
fake does that sound? You run past her head.
It sounds like you're lying.
Yeah,
So either
God,
way, he's
guys.
screwed. But good news is a lot of people texting in at 78592 would love to date Mr. Crappy Pants, so that's good. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is just email us. We'll call the person who didn't call you back.